Hi everyone and welcome back. ZWO just released the new EQ mode feature for the SEESTAR S50 and S30. And now we'll be able to use both telescopes also in equatorial mode. And this is a huge upgrade having also equatorial mode for the SEESTAR telescopes, because we'll be able now to track better the night sky, get longer astrophotography plans without field rotation or very low. And this will allow us to image, instead of 1 hour and 1 hour and 30 minutes plans, up to whole night. So this is a huge improvement. Also, it will improve the mosaic mode, because having the tracking better, it will have less cropped frames and it will be able to get more data in less time. I heard that they will increase the exposure size and we'll be able to go with longer exposures like 60 seconds. That will also allow us to capture more faint objects with better quality and better signal to noise ratio. Now I do have here the SEESTAR S50 mounted on a Star Adventurer wedge and tripod. This is a very affordable option for the SEESTAR S50 Smart Telescope. We do not have yet available the ZWO wedge that will be, I heard, more solid than this one. And I do want to show in this video how to set up the SEESTAR S50 and S30 and get ready to use them in equatorial mode. What are the best tripods to use? And I have here both telescopes directly mounted on here on an equatorial wedge and here on the video tripod. To change from the alt-azimuth mode to equatorial mode, you'll have also to change probably the tripod. If you are using the one that you got from the S50, this is just a normal tripod without the possibility to tilt the telescope. One option will be a photography tripod like this with a ball head. But the problem with this type of tripod is when you want to tilt the telescopes in order to align them to Polaris, does not have the best accuracy because of the ball head. Even if only this ball head costed 100 euros, it's still easier with this tripod, the Milibu one, that costed the whole tripod like the Manfrotto ball head. So this Manfrotto tripod costed about 250 to 300 euros, and this one costed 100. And this is a Milibu fluid head tripod. We'll share the tripod links in the video description so you can check them out. So this would be one option, to use a photography tripod, and you can do it. However, I think it would be best if you have, or if you buy a fluid head tripod like the Milibu. And another option is to buy a smaller hydraulic tripod that is cheaper. And this is also very solid, would be good for the S30 when you travel, to be able to use it also in equatorial mode. And one thing is very important, whatever tripod we'll buy, to buy a solid tripod, a sturdy one, for the S30 and S50, especially S50, because they do need a strong, sturdy, and recommended heavy tripod to hold the weight good and don't risk having issues or falling down, especially if you have strong wind. If you want to use them at home often, to not leave them at night on a very cheap tripod. And it's very important also to have these solid tripods, because if you have pets like this, like here my cat, see, if you have pets, can wander, go and touch the tripod, maybe hit a cable, especially if you have bigger cats or dogs. So in this situation, I think it's very important to have solid tripods. Titi, what do you think about tripods? Yes. Titi, she's sleepy. Both these telescopes work with 1/8 screws, so you need also to get adapters for this kind of tripods. And the rest is very simple. You'll just need to mount it like this. In the app, will show us also exactly the direction. Basically, you want the body of the telescope facing north, and here the power button facing up. Here it's behind me south, and in front is north. So you can see all these telescopes are pointing already towards north. To be able to use these telescopes in the equatorial mode, you need to tilt them in the normal position. This is how the SEESTAR S30 and S50 stand. However, in equatorial mode, you need to tilt them like this to point at Polaris. It's very easy to make the adjustments using a video tripod, the fluid head one that I got from Milibu. Also, when I bought it, it was only 100 euros, very affordable price, but we'll share links in the video description. And let's say the position is something like this, and we tight. And in alt azimuth, we unlock here, and we'll make the necessary adjustments using the handle, left or right. Okay, so it's that easy to use the video tripod. Much easier than the photography one. Look, my cat is running around. I do want to show you now some tips if you're using equatorial wedge like the Skywatcher Star Adventurer 1 or similar, and you'll mount the SEESTAR S50 Smart Telescope. I will show you how to set it up. So here, first thing you need to attach this mounting plate on the base of the SEESTAR S50 Smart Telescope. You have here a knob that normally it holds tight the Star Adventurer 2i mount. This needs to be loosened up because if not, it will scratch the SEESTAR S50 base and you need to avoid that. Then I attached the S50 Smart Telescope and I discovered that the original knob is too high, too large, and it will hit the base and you cannot tighten it. And I had to replace the original knob here that ties the mounting plate because it was too high and it was hitting the SEESTAR S50 base. Here we have alt azimuth knobs. We need to use this to adjust left and right. Also very useful to check if the tripod is leveled. Now the SEESTAR S50 is safe here in place on the Star Adventurer wedge. After you've done this, you'll have to check your current latitude of your location. If you travel, it will be other latitudes, and you can check that directly with the SEESTAR app because it will show us the current latitude, and also because SEESTAR S50 and also S30 they have an internal gyroscope, they are able to calculate the tilt angle of the telescopes, so it will show us directly our latitude. And let me show you now first how to do this. We'll turn it on. We'll go now at advanced features and tap EQ mode. Now it says our mount is actually at 47 degrees. So basically also it needs to be pointed north, right? So I didn't touch this, and even if I change the position, it's still at 47 degrees, even if it's not a north. So it will calculate the angle, the tilt angle. Let's say if you are not at the angle that we need to be, we can loosen up this knob. So make sure you loosen it at least a little bit when you want to make adjustments, and when you finish, to tighten it. After, let's say, now I'll go on offset. I'll go like this, higher, right? So first you'll be higher, like this. And it shows us now, that our latitude is now 52. So now we'll adjust it back here we'll make adjustments from this elevation up and see how the altitude will drop. This now is 53, and we want in the other part, since this is loosened, yes. Okay, 49, 47, and we are at 46. We go back high again a little bit. We are at 47, and we tighten back this knob. So we are at 47 degrees, and on this stage, it doesn't matter at all our position, if it's oriented east, west, south, it doesn't matter. However, it will matter the orientation when we'll make the polar alignment. So basically, we will need to align the tripod and telescope to point at Polaris. In this case, we'll have to go like this and go back. So it was pointing at this leg that is actually facing north. and it's also recommended to do that, to have the leg facing north and have the other two on the opposite part, so it will balance better the weight of the S50. So we'll loosen up here back, but carefully. You need to hold it not to drop. If you haven't set it to the wedge yet, you need to turn it, and be careful if you do it with the SEESTAR. It's better to do it before. So I'm doing now with the SEESTAR but I advise you to do it before. So you need to point with the logo facing down and the power button facing up. This is how you need to point the SEESTAR S50 to work properly. Basically now the SEESTAR S50 body is facing north and will tight. So I advise you not to do this with the SEESTAR S50 on. To do this before, make sure that you know the position. If it's not the correct position, then you take out the SEESTAR S50, set the wedge on the correct position, and then place the SEESTAR S50 back. So I'm making sure it's tight here, and this is the position you want to be, having the power button facing up, and we have also south behind me, and north is in that direction, like this. And now normally we should have a rough alignment to Polaris directly in daytime. So to be able to do this in daytime and know exactly where to point, you can use here an application like the Polar Alignment app. So because I moved it, my mistake here, it went to 51 degrees. So we go back, 47, and we tight. Now we point it towards north, but how did I know that I'm facing north? Now it's easier here in my backyard. I have also some signs, so I can roughly align to Polaris directly without the app. But there is a very nice, useful app called Polar Aligner Pro. Now I do want to show you also how to make a daytime polar alignment, so you spend less time at night fine-tuning to get the perfect polar alignment in equatorial mode and to get the best results possible. I'm using the Polar Aligner Pro app on Android. I think there are similar apps also for iPhones. And I do want to show you first this app. It has also a compass that you can easily use it and move the tripod and pointing towards north. And we have here an option, day align, and we tap, and we have these circles and also that crosshair that will help us align to Polaris to make a rough alignment in daytime. So basically, if I hold the phone like this, and I put it here, so we are somewhere in the circle. It's not quite perfect. It will give us a rough alignment. You made the correction necessary. In daytime, you move the tripod left to right and check again with your smartphone. We finished setting up the SEESTAR S50 for daytime alignment. We are roughly aligned to Polaris. And when you'll want to make the final alignment at night, you'll basically need to check Polaris to see it in the center X of the telescope like this. Then you'll have even more accurate alignment than the daytime. And after that, you'll just make the final adjustments using the SEESTAR app. And I'll show you exactly how to do this in nighttime in the next part of the video. I do want to show you what will happen if we'll tap on Get Polar Alignment Deviation. This option will use it in the nighttime. SEESTAR S50 will turn around and find an area of the sky, and it will image in 2 or 3 points. This method is called Platesolving, and it will give us indications how to make the polar alignment better. I do want to show you also this very nice telescope cover. Will work perfect for the S50 and S30. They are a little bit larger, but that is actually good because it will cover also the mounts. So look how easy it is to place them on the telescopes. And I bought this one from Temu under $10 US. It is waterproof, dustproof. It has also a zipper, and also you can tighten it to stay better on the tripod and hold better against wind. And you can also tighten it even more if you want in a case of strong wind. And I can leave this here outside, and it will protect the telescope against wind, against dust, against rain. Yeah, especially against rain. It's waterproof and it will keep your telescope safe. and it's very budget friendly. So hope I did not forget anything. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Don't miss the next part of the video where we'll show you how to get the best alignment, and we'll do the first test in EQ mode. I want to give a big thanks also to all the subscribers, especially channel members that are also supporting the channel. If you want to support it, to hit the join button. It does mean a lot your support. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to look at the stars.